Okay, so this is our verb suit. So today we are going to discuss what is this dashboard, what is the target and the proxy, all of these things. Okay, so now let's start. So this is your dashboard of the verb suite, and it is divided into the four parts. That is the task, issue activity, event clock, and the advisory. Okay. So in the event log, if I first talk about the event log. So in the event log, all your activities, like you're opening your browser, you are visiting any site, so all the activities get captured here. So event log, what it does, it capture all your activities, like which browser you are visiting, which website you are visiting, all the logs are captured here. And this is the issue activity. So this option is available in the pro version, that is a professional version. So what is happen in this issue activity, whenever you are try to find the vulnerability using the find the vulnerability in any that website using the Bubsuit tool. So it captured the uh, it captured what kind of vulnerabilities are available in that particular website. Okay, so see in the commercial version. So here is an example that is already given in the Bob suite. So if I click on the SQL injection, so see
Ma'am,
in the yeah
ma'am, your
yes,
voice is breaking.
my voice is breaking.
Ma'am, your
Uh,
voice is not clear.
okay. Give me a second. Now am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, where were we? So, in the issue activity that is available for the professional version. So, what happened whenever you try to find the vulnerability in any website? So, this bug suit captured that vulnerability and listed here. And in the advisory, what it will show, it will show that what kind of vulnerability is this and the detail of that vulnerability and what is the background of that vulnerability and what are the remediation for that particular vulnerability. So, that is visible in this advisory section. And in the issue, there are the list of vulnerabilities that could be present in any particular website that you are targeting. Okay, so if I click on XML and it will show about the XML injection. And this is the task. Let me open my whiteboard first. Okay. So I'm sharing you my whole screen. Just wait a minute. Okay, is my screen visible to all?
Yes.
Okay. So what is this task section? So this task section here, you can see the passive crawl. So what does this passive crawl mean? If I, okay. So any one of you remember that what I taught you in the last class about the server and the client? See, whenever you are, there is a client and there is a server. Okay, so whenever you open your browser and send a request, so it goes in what form? In the URL form. The request goes in the URL form. Okay, so what is this URL? Any one of you know what is this URL?
URL as a address for web for our website.
Any full
Database
form?
locator.
Yes, and what does this URL do? Uniform resource locator. Okay, so whenever the client visit a website and he's trying to do or try to access some resources, so this URL help to find the resource in the remote server. So where that particular thing is exist in this server. Okay, so whenever suppose you are trying to visit the Amazon website and in the Amazon you want to visit the refrigerator page. So this request is goes to the server and it find here where this refrigerator page is available and it give it to you as a response. Okay, so whenever the request goes to the server, it goes from the many path. Not only the one URL is going, it goes from the many path. So this is what the passive crawling means. It means it crawl all the URLs and then your request goes to the server. So this is what the passive crawling mean here. Hmm. Okay, so all the URLs will be present there. And if I come to the target section, so let's capture a request first. So who will tell me how to capture a request?
With burp soup teacher. Burp suit.
Yes, with a verb suit, but how? Where should I go? What should I open?
First you go to this, what was it? Proxy?
Hmm,
Foxy
No, not
proxy.
proxy. Yeah, turn on the intercept,
hmm,
then turn on the Foxy proxy.
right. And
Then
suppose I want to
just
capture
click any
this.
website.
Yeah, I want to
Amazon.
capture
Then
this
click on
Trivago.
Amazon.
So see,
Okay,
this is captured.
Trivago. And then you want the return also. Then you will have to wait. Where did it go? Main page where it came. Yeah. Then you have to click on forward if you wanted to go to the URL.
Yes, exactly. Right. And
And then
suppose
you can capture.
if I want to capture the another page. Okay. So what I have to do, what I have to first close the Foxy proxy and suppose I want to go to youtube.com and want to capture particular. Suppose I'm opening this YouTube. And let me open my Foxy proxy. And and I click on this, suppose. See, this is captured. Okay. So if I go to the
But what will
target, so you can, uh
I still didn't get what do we have to do with that report? Meaning, how can we find vulnerabilities using that report?
see, I am just in this summary, I'm just telling you how what are the work of this dashboard, what is this dashboard, what is this target, proxy, intruder, repeater. Okay, so how to find a vulnerability and how you can report all these things. These things will be Anubhav sir will teach you in the Guru sessions how to find a vulnerability. Still, I'm just giving you the overview of this tool. See, what is this verb suit, how it is working on a backhand, and what is this dashboard, target, intruder, and the repeater of this tool. And in the Guru session, you will learn how to what are the kind of vulnerabilities and how to find a particular vulnerability in the website. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So see, now I captured this YouTube and you can see in the sitemap. So the URLs which it crawl. Okay, so it is showing here in the structured way, tree-like structured way. Okay, so here you can see some are in gray color and some are in black color. So why is so? Those which are in black color, it means that when you are capturing the request, when you are sending the request, so it goes from these URL, and the black ones are those which which it did not capture. Okay, so this is the difference between the black and the gray one. So in the pro version, what there is an option that you can convert it into the black. So whenever you want to capture that, you want to read about this particular URL, so it whenever you send the request, it goes from that particular URL as well. Okay, so this is the sections of the dashboard. And if I come to the request and the response part of which is given below, that is a request and the response part. So in the response part, there are different categories. Like you can see here is get host cookie. I'll explain you all these things. And in this response part, there is, I'll not explain you the whole part because these are some advanced topics in this response. That is a cross origin policy and all these things. So that will be covered in the Guru sessions. What is this cross origin policy and what is this XSS and all these things. Okay, so if I talk about the HTTP request, so whenever I see this, so there is a particular format of it. So the HTTP request has a particular format and the response also have a particular format. So let's see first that what is this HTTP. Hmm. Okay, so anyone of you know the full form of HTTP?
Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
Yes, hyper text transfer protocol. Okay, so it is a protocol that computer used to communicate with each other. Okay, so when the URL into like when you type the URL into any web browser and you hit enter, so it goes in the HTTP. It is goes like that: HTTP colon colon and then your something.com. Okay, so basically HTTP. If I talk about the HTTP request, okay, so it's a message that your browser sent to the server. Your browser, that is your client, sent to the server. It's a message. Okay, so the server will know what kind of information you are asking, like what kind of information you want to be delivered by the server. So here are some HTTP method. So we focus on the get and the post. There are some other also, that is a delete and push. So, but we focus on the get and the post. So what is this get method and what is this post method? Anyone have any idea about the get and the post?
Ma'am, when information is expected from the server, get is
Mm-hmm.
used, and when we have to submit some information, post method is used.
Yes, exactly. You're right. So get method is used to retrieve the information from the server. Okay, suppose you are visiting any website and you want that information. Suppose you are visiting what website? Suppose Myntra. Okay, so you are visiting Myntra and you want to go in the men's section. Okay, so you want the men's page where all the clothes of men's are available. So you want to retrieve that information, okay, in your device. So what you are sending? You are sending the get method. So the server will know that okay, you want this thing. So in the form of response, the server will give you that page. So this is the get. Whenever you want to retrieve the information, use the get method. And the post method means that you want to submit the information. Suppose there is a form of your college and you have to fill the form. Your first name, your last name, your father name, and your mother name here, your 10th class marks here, your 12th class marks here, and your attendance here. Sorry. Okay, and then there is a submit button. So what is happening when you fill all these things? Your first name is X, your last name is Y, your father name is Z, mother name W, all these things. 10th class marks 90%, 12th 100%. So when you click on the submit button, so what is happening? Your information is getting saved in the server of your college. So what whenever you want to submit the information, you use the post method. So if I take the another example of post, suppose there is you are using the Instagram, right? All of you may use Instagram. So whenever you click any photo and you post it on the Instagram page, and there is a option of comment, right? And there is the button of post. So you write in the comment nice and you click on the post. So what is exactly happening? Your comment is saved on the Instagram server. So whenever next time you open your Instagram, so that comment will be show below the photo. So it means that your comment is submitted to the server of the Instagram. So this is the post method. Clear? Any doubt? Anyone have
No,
any
ma'am.
doubt?
No.
Okay, so see, if we want to read this, so there is a particular format for that. So what is that format? Let's see. Format of HTTP request. So first there always be a request line, and second there is a HTTP request header, and the third there will be the body. Why there is a format of HTTP request and there is also a format of HTTP response? Like suppose you all learned how to write a letter in a school. So it start from to and then subject, then body of that letter, and then thank you and regards XYZ. So why there is a particular format of this letter? Because anyone who is reading that letter can understand what is in this letter, what is the body, and why you are writing this letter, to whom you are writing this letter, and who is writing this letter. So anyone who read this letter can understand it properly. So that's why there is also a particular format of the request. So whenever you are capturing the request and you want to read that request. So there is a particular format for that. Okay. And if I want to read it, first is a what was the first thing? That is a request line. So it is a like first it is mentioned that what kind of request you have made. Is it a get request or it is a post request? So it is a guest request. I guess I am clicking, I selected this. So it's a get request. So it is showing me that it's a get request. And then the second is host. It means that what from which location you fetch the information. So I fetch the information from the youtube.com. And the third one is the cookie is available here. Anyone of you know what is cookie? Anyone? Okay, so cookie are the small file that are stored on your computer or a devices. So when you visit any website, so they are used to remember like what are your preferences whenever you want to use that particular website and you what you prefer most in that particular website. So it is only for your better experience. So it capture all the things. So there is a cookie for that. So that is the cookie available here. And the third option is user agent. What the browser you are using. So I'm using here Mozilla. So it is showing me Mozilla, Firefox, and the version of it. And then it's what language it is accepting. It is language the US. It accepting the US language, and it what encoding it is using. It is using gzip, and
What is encoding?
then encoding means that it's like encryption, like web it's in to convert the particular thing into a unreadable format. So it's a encoding.
Oh,
Okay, so it's the request
basically
you're
like inscripting only.
yeah, encryption. So whenever your request is going to the server, so it is
Hmm.
encrypted.
Hmm.
Okay, and it is using that same origin policy, no course. It's a like a advanced topic. What is this no core and the same origin policy? And now in the last, your session is closed. Your connection is closed here. Okay. So if I come to the response, so in the response, there is also a particular format. So what is this format? Let's see. So anyone have any doubt till now? Anyone?
What do you exactly mean by the connection is closed?
See, what is happening whenever you want to connect. Suppose this is your computer A and this is, you suppose there is a client and it's a server. Okay, you want to make a connection. This is a A and this is B. So what happened first? A proper connection is made. That I told you the TCP and the UDP one, right? So
Yeah.
so what happened? The proper connection is made. Okay, so there is a when the connection is made. So connection is made with the help of three-way handshake. So what is happening in this three-way handshake? So it says hi. Okay. So there is a packet that is a ACK sync and then ACK sync. So it reply you, hey, it's sync and then ACK that I acknowledge it and I also want to connect. And then there is also a packet of ACK that I have heard. Okay, let's connect. Okay, so it says hi and it says hi. Yes, I listen your message and then it replied hi. And it replied that I also listen your message. Then they get connect. And after that, the data gets transferred between them. So this is a connection. This is a proper connection made before transferring any data. And this is a three-way handshake. We call it a three-way handshake. Clear?
Yes.
this. Okay. So where are we? HTTP response format. Okay, so here first is a status line, and the second is HTTP response header, and the third is header. Let's see what are that. See, are you seeing this status code 200, 200, 200, and there is 200? Okay. So what is this thing? Let's see. It is not opening. Just give me a second. Okay, done. So what are this status code? So there are different status code that start from 200 to 299. What does that mean? What does that status mean? It means that successful. What does this successful means? That the this status codes mean that the request you are sending is you are getting the response with the server from the server. Okay, that means whatever the request you have made, you get the response. That means the 200 okay that you are seeing here. 200 okay means that you have get the response from that particular request. Okay, and the other one start from 300 to that 399. So what does that mean? It means a redirection. What this redirection means, that it indicates that the resource that you have requested is available on the new direction. So have you ever seen that whenever you are suppose there is a login page and you forget that password, there is option of forget password. When you click on that, you are redirected to the new page. Here you have to write your email ID, and then here you have to click the confirm button. You write your email ID, and then you are redirected to the new page to change the password of that particular website. Right? So what is this? It is working on this range, that is from the 300 to 399. It means redirection. Whatever the request you are looking for is available or move to the new location. Clear?
Yes.
And the another one is from 400 to 499. It means there is a client error. So have you ever seen that 403 error on your web page? It means that whatever the page you are trying to access, you don't have permission of using that, don't have permission to access the resources of that page. And whenever you see that 404 error, what does that mean? That the whatever the URL you type, it does not exist. Okay, so it's mean that this error exists from the client side, and there is an error which is from 500 to 599. Okay, it means that the server error. What does that server error means? that the server is not able to fulfill your request. That means there is some problem from the server side. That is the server error. So this status code provide us the feedback about the success and the failure of request. So whenever we get this 404, so we know why we are getting this. Whenever we get this 500 error, so we know that there is a problem from the server side. And whenever we get this 300, so we know that the page is redirecting somewhere. Whenever we get this 200, so we know that whatever the request we have made, we get the response of that request. Okay. And the failure of a request. Okay, so we know that what is wrong, what is happening with this, with the request that we are making. Any doubt till now? Anyone? Okay. So if you go to the response, so see here first you can see it is showing that 200 okay. And these are some advanced, that is what is cross origin and same origin policy. These are some advanced topics, and then you get all these things and you get the HTML and CSS in the response, and then in the last the connection is closed. So this is the response. Clear? And if we move to the proxy, I already told you that from here we can capture the request. Here we can forward the request, drop the request, and from here we can open the browser from the verb suite. Okay. And if I come to the intruder, so see, when I have this request, okay, and this intruder is used to like fetch the password. Okay, so whenever I want to do the brute force and all these things, and I want to use the multiple requests at the same time, so I use the intruder. So I show you how you can capture the login ID and the password page. So let's see how we can capture login ID and password page. So across this and see, if you are using the bub suite continuously, okay, and your intercept is on and your proxy is on, Foxy proxy is on. So, and you want to capture the another request. So what you can do, just close this intercept on, and if your proxy is running, so there is no problem. So suppose I want to capture the login page and okay, fossil login page. Let's capture the fossil login page. This. Oh, okay. This is the login page of Fossil. So let's try to capture the login, user ID and the password of this page. Okay. So I'm writing. Okay. So do you know about the temp mail? So from here, you can get the temporary mail. Okay, I get this temporary mail right now. So what is happening? I can use this mail. Like if I want to log in somewhere and I don't want to use my original mail ID, and I know this, I am going to use that mail for the temporary purpose. Okay, so I can go to the temp mail and use this mail ID for that purpose. And from here, you cannot send any mail, but whatever, like any OTP or the password change message, you can get in the inbox of that website. Okay, so just copy this and go to here and paste and write the password, anything 12345678990. Okay, and click, just turn on your intercept and click on login. So see, this is not my request. Okay, this is my request. Okay, you can see the login email ID is here and the password is here. Now, if you want to brute force the password, so how you can do that? So just right click here in the blank area and click on the send to intruder. So when you click on that intruder, this is in black color right now. Okay, so the color will convert it into the orange color. So just click on it. So see, the color is changed. So now I'm just showing you the demo because the practical one and how you can exactly do it in the real world, it will teach you, like Anubhav sir will teach you in the Guru session. Okay, so just clear all this and I want to something brute for the password. So select the password option and click on add. So you can go to the payloads, which payload you want to create. So I'm writing anything here. Add and 12345678990. Add and 13 add. Okay, and just click on start payload. So see, now it is working for you to find the password. So you can see with the help of length that your password is this. It will all be, please don't worry that you are not understanding how I'm finding the password and all this thing. So all this thing will be covered in the Guru session. Okay, but I'm just giving you the glimpse that I can see that length is like this length is 1452 and the others are 1453. So this is the different one. So I can select that password and apply it on my page. Okay, so this is how I can brute force the password in the verb suite. So this is my password 12345678990. Okay, clear to everyone? And if I come to the repeater,
Yeah.
okay. So if I come to the repeater, so this repeater help us to send the multiple requests. Suppose we want to test whether is there is any vulnerability or not. Suppose there is any vulnerability related to the cookie or is session hijacking is there or not, all these things. So we are going to do in the repeater. Okay, so we can, what we can do in the repeater, basically we can modify and we can repeat our request in the repeater. So I'm just giving you the example again. Okay, suppose I am sending this request to the repeater. Okay, and the cookie is here, and suppose I have the other cookie, and if I replace the cookie, the original cookie, with the other one. Okay, suppose the cookie is this and I replace the cookie. So if till I get the 200, okay, I'm just giving you the example. I'm not doing it very right way. I just randomly change the number. Okay, maybe I get the wrong response, but there is a way to do that. Okay, so if I still get the 200 response with the other cookie, suppose uh, my cookie number is that FI 123. Okay, and Rudransh cookie number is ABC256. And if I replace the cookie with the Rudransh one and still it is working, it means there is some problem. So if I send the request, so I can see the response. So it is giving me the wrong response. Okay, so I can see that if it's still giving me the 200 okay response, it means there is some kind of vulnerability in that particular website. Okay, so this is how with the help of repeater we can look into the vulnerability. We can test how this website is reacting. If I change something in this request and it should not give me 200 okay response and still it is giving me 200 response, it means that there is some problem with that website. There is some kind of vulnerability in that website. So you will know what are that vulnerabilities can be available in particular website, how we can find it, how we can use the buff tool to find that particular vulnerability, and how we are going to use the professional version of that buff suite. So all these things will be included in the Guru sessions. Clear? Any doubt till now?
Ma'am, I didn't understand repeater clearly.
Okay. So why we are using this repeater? This repeater is used to help to send the multiple request or to change or to make some modification. Suppose, um, okay, I'm using this whiteboard. I'm not naming any, I'm not give you the name of any vulnerability, otherwise you'll get confused what is the name of that particular vulnerability. I'm just giving you the example here. Okay, suppose there is a person XYZ and there is me. Okay, and my, let's take the cookie example which I already gave you. His cookie ID is suppose FI21G. Okay, and my cookie ID is 24EPS. Okay, and suppose I captured the request here. Where here I capture the request here and replace the cookie of XYZ to my cookie. And still I am getting the 200 okay response because it should not work properly. Okay, so if the cookie is replaced, so it should not work. So if still I'm getting the response, 200 response, it means the server is giving me the response with that particular cookie. It means there is some kind of vulnerability. If like if I want to know, is there any some session hijacking or is there in some IDOR vulnerability in this, so I can test different kind of vulnerability. I can change the request, okay, and see what the server is giving me response. Suppose I am doing something, okay, I'm making some changes, and originally the server should not give me the response, but I made some change and still server is giving me the response and I'm getting the 200 okay response or 300 response. It means there is a vulnerability, and I can, with changing the request and monitoring the response, I can check whether there is any kind of vulnerability present in the particular website or not. Clear? Should I explain it again?
Clear, ma'am.
Clear, or should I explain it again?
It's clear, ma'am.
Okay. So this is all about the burp suit, and if you have any other doubt, then you can ask me.
Can you once again tell me about brute force?
That intruder one. Do you want to know about the intruder?
Yes, the intruder one, in which
Okay.
in which you changed the password.
Okay. Suppose I want to know the password of XYZ person. Okay. And I know with the help of the reconnaissance, I know that the person's user ID is this. And I don't know the password. And I just want to know what is the password of that person. Okay. So I have a list of password. I just give it a hit and trial and make a list of a password that this could be the password of that particular person. Suppose I make a random password like his date of birth and his pet name and all that thing, and I made a particular list what could be the password of that particular person. Or I have already we have a password in the rockq.txt in the terminal. Okay, so I can use that list, or that in the rocky.txt we have a common password which the people use or which are leaked in the internet. So we can use that list or we can make our own list to brute force that particular password. So suppose I captured this. Okay, I use this mail ID. I know this mail ID is right. Okay, and I don't know the password and I randomly write any password here. So I capture the request. Should I show you again how to capture this request? Login
Yeah, can you show
request.
me please the whole process again? Yeah, I didn't get how you captured
Okay.
the login request on that.
Okay, no problem.
And yeah, I had one more question. Like
Hmm.
when I am doing the burp suit, my screen all full with my previous request also. How do you clear it every time?
Okay, just wait a minute. I'm showing you. See, I read the mail ID here and the password. Suppose I'm writing A B C D E F G H. Okay, and I want to capture this request. If I capture, if I refresh this page, so what will happen? This fossil.com will get captured. But what I want to capture, I want to capture this thing. So what I have to do, I have to turn on the intercept and then click on login to capture this email ID and the password. So I'm clicking on login. So you can see this is captured here. So sometime what may happen that you get something else here. So because I tell you it is doing the passive crawling also. So you can simply just click on the forward. So when you click on the forward or maybe 2 or 3 forward, you get the page that you want to capture. Okay. So let's capture it again. So I captured the login page and the password. So do you get it how to like get on the original page, that original request you want to capture? Just click on the
Yeah.
forward. Okay. So
Hmm.
just right click somewhere in the blank area and send to intruder. Click on send to intruder. So when you click on it, the request goes to the intruder. Okay. So it that may be possible. Some things are selected already. So you can just click on clear to clear everything and you can select the particular thing that you want to capture. So I want to capture this. Okay, I want to make changes in this password and click on simply add. So see, the color is changed. And then I can go to the payload and change the payload. So in the payload setting, I have to give it a list of the password. Payload means what is my payload here? My password list. So you can simply go to the load and then you can select if you have a particular list. Suppose I have this txt file. I can select this txt file and click on open. And suppose you want to create your own list and you want to add from here. Okay, so you can write here, suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and just click on add and A B C D E F G, click on add, or A B C D E, sorry, A B C D E F G H I J, click on add or something, click on add. And if your list is completed, then simply click on start attack.
And what is payload processing?
What the payload processing means?
Down there is option also this payload setting, and below that payload processing you can define rules of nay rules too, and then yeah, that one.
Okay, so it is using that. Do you want to use the encoder in this? Do you want to use this spatial symbol here? Okay, and what is this payloading? You can define the rule to perform various, like what rules you want to brute force the password. So you can select from here. Okay, so if you made some rules, so you can just click on add and you can just select the rule. What do you want to add prefix? Do you want to add something in the password prefix? Okay, suppose any number or any uh, digit you want to add. Okay, any letter you want to add in the beginning or in the end. So there are some rules that you can made according to your um, need. Okay, so
Oh,
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
yes.
Ma'am, when we interrupted the request, so we already
Mm.
got the password. So why are we again attacking it?
No, no, we don't get the password. See what I have did here. I know the user ID, okay, and I write the random password so that the what is happening actually. Let me show you again. Let me close this. See, I know that the email ID is this, okay, and I don't know the password. If I capture this request, then the password option will remain the blank. Okay, so I have to make changes in the brute force. What I am doing here, I don't know the password, so I am writing the random password and then capture the request. So what is happening here? When I capture the request, so I get this password which I typed randomly. So now what with the help of intruder, I am trying to brute force it. So what will happen? Suppose actually what is happening? Pipa. Suppose my password is this. Where is my here? Suppose my password is this. What is happening in this brute force? My password is pipa@gmail.com. Suppose I'm giving you example. Okay, I know this is correct, but I don't know the password. What is the password? But for that, I have a list. pipa@gmail.com. Okay, I have a list and the password 1 2 3 4 5 or password can be pipa@1 2 3. Okay, and suppose PPP@213. This can be the password. I have a list. Okay, and I can use the default list which can be available on the internet that is in rockq.txt. Okay, I can use that file. So what is happening when I am doing this in using this intruder and setting the payload? My payload is here what? My password list. Okay. So what is happening? What brute force is doing here? It put the password 1 2 3 4 5 here and check whether it is correct or not. No. Then it is check the pipa is fixed here or not. No. Then it is checked that PPPP@213 is here or not. What is happening? It is sending the request to the server and seeing the response. What is the response here? And then if the server is not giving the proper response, then this is not the password. It is sending again, seeing the response. Okay, this is the password. And we can see in the buff suit with the help of length. Suppose this length is 2153, and this length is 2151. So this is a different length. So it could be the password of that particular mail ID. This all thing, don't worry, this all thing will be covered in the Guru session. I'm just giving you the example here. I'm not like exactly teaching you how the brute force is happening or all these things, but I already tell you like what is exactly happening in this brute force. Okay, so don't worry, all these things will be covered in the Guru sessions.